we were at a point in our relationship where we had run out of knowledge. We just didn't know what the next steps were. And this course gave us the insight and the tools to be able to move ahead to the next level of our relationship.
I felt stuck. I didn't know what else to do. I felt like I was just grabbing at straws sometimes. And the communication was not there. I didn't want mainstream counseling because it didn't seem to work in the past.
What I got out of this program was more self-awareness, understanding what makes men tick. I mean, deep down in my core, the intimacy was a big problem in our relationship for me. And we're both more aware. I'm definitely more aware of what Janet needs to feel more safe. And as a result, become more intimate with me.
Anthony, were able to say, well, you react in this way because of this XYZ. And it was something that I couldn't look at before, maybe because I didn't want to, but I knew that I needed it. I knew I needed somebody to call me out. With that, I'm able to take responsibility for my part as a human being in my relationship with my husband. I can take accountability. I like that the fact that we had homework, that we could actually go into something on our own time.
I mean, you go to traditional therapy, you're in the office, you sit in the chair, so to speak, for half an hour or an hour, and then you leave there feeling maybe temporarily better about the situation or yourself. But then, things come up and you don't have any point of reference to kind of work through that. Whereas this program, it wasn't, we just in face to face, via Zoom with Anthony talking about, the particular topic and then what's going on for myself or for my wife at that point in time. You're able to go away and absorb it. I feel it was just the right pace. The content was excellent. It wasn't overwhelming by any means. It's not just our relationship, it's how we have relationships with other people, other family members, even people at work.
And I was thinking about doing my own therapy or counseling in addition to Anthony's program. So I thought that I would need that. And now I don't feel I need that.
I'll be honest, there was initially there was times where I thought, what the hell does this guy know about me? And the truth is he knows quite a lot about me. And if you're a guy out there listening to this, a husband or a boyfriend or a long-term partner, just put your ego aside. Things will get a lot better. Things will get a damn sight easier. We were deliberate with the material. We were taking it seriously, and I wanted change for how I'm approaching my relationship and how I'm being in the relationship with my wife. Yeah, if you want anything sugar coated and not to,
Anthony's not going to do that.
Comfortable. No, you got to be prepared to open yourself up for that for sure. Penny dropped for me, and that's a good terminology, is just learning and understanding, what things I do or what I say that can potentially trigger her to put up that defense mechanism. I mean, that's the biggest takeaway for me, is being a better partner to my wife and understanding her better through this program, and took away all the assumptions that I had about women and relationships prior to it. So boy, was I wrong. But that's why we did the course.
I've always wanted that in my relationship, just to be who I am and be accepted. Most definitely worth it, because of what you get from it and how it can impact your life positively. I have nothing but good things to say about the program. I don't think that anybody else could do this. Just from my experience and my counseling over the years, nothing compares to this program.
It was absolutely worth the time, the effort, the stress sometimes of wondering what the hell Anthony's going to, ask me this week or point the finger at this week. I mean, all of that subsided fairly quickly, the anxiety around that part of it. I hate to say this, but what's cheaper, a divorce or doing this course with Anthony? I mean, it's a no-brainer for me that we got out of what we wanted to get out of this, and that's a path forward for our marriage, not just for ourselves, for our son, for the rest of our family. I have no regrets at all in taking this course. Wouldn't do anything different. From a man's perspective, a husband's perspective, the important thing is if you're struggling with your relationship or you're struggling, internally and trying to express and trying to find a path forward, leave your ego at the door. We're all human. We're all imperfect, right? We're all clumsy. Open yourself up to it and just take that big first step, because that's sometimes the hardest part. I know it was for me, is making that initial inquiry to do this course. And I didn't look back. I mean, yes, like I said, in the initial few sessions, it was tough. It was, but that was my own ego. I was not fully open to understanding of why I do the things I do or how I act a certain way. So that would be my advice: is coming with an open mind, leave your ego at the door, and be prepared to, hear some truths. If you want to fix your relationship and have the tools to move forward, I highly recommend it. So guys, if you're watching this, like, honestly, like, don't be a dick, from lack of a better term. Like, get over yourself and get on it, because traditional, like we said many times, traditional counseling, it's not worth the time or the effort, to be honest.
From what I was reading about it, and from what I gathered from it, it was different, and I felt like I needed to trust it. Like I said before, I needed somebody to tell me what I could do to better myself as a person in my relationship, for my husband, for my life. And I was ready to do that. And I think that if you just open yourself up to it, you're open-minded, and you take the step, you won't regret it, because it does change your life.